Que paso? What's good, everybody? This is Santi with another video for you, and this particular topic is in regards to semen retention. The title of this video is Semen Retention is Red Pill. The reason why I say that is because for men who, as early as maybe from the ages of 8 to 14, pick up on the habit of masturbation, and it can be introduced in many different ways, but in one particular way is porn. So as we get older, we find ourselves engaging in that habit to the point where it becomes a part of us, you know, and society perpetuates it as something that is normal. Oh, we're men. This is natural, you know. It's a natural way to release one's sexual energy and is a part of self-care and self-love, and it's teaching one to understand their sexual nature. Though masturbation can have the effect of, relaxing because you're releasing the energy, and that energy, when you have that stimulation, there's a tension that builds up in the body. And so when that happens, if you condition yourself to be used to masturbating on a regular basis, then that becomes a part of you. You feel me? Like, it becomes a part of you and is incorporated into your day to day. But what many of us fail to realize is that we can go 10, 15, 20 years masturbating 2 to 3 times a day and not realize that we're rewiring our brain and even stifling our own growth. You know what I'm saying? Stifling the body's natural evolution into manhood from adolescence to an adult. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of negative effects from engaging in this habit in regards to just how it rewires the brain and conditions us to perceive sex in a way that's artificial and it's exaggerated. It's based on vanity and a distorted imagination. You know what I'm saying? So the red pill aspect of it is you coming into awareness of how it's a negative conditioning that essentially keeps you in a lower state of being. And it keeps you, because of this, it keeps you from being aware of who you are from within. And when you're looking at society, and when you come into awareness as to the negative effects of it, you realize how this was done purposely. It was done with an intent to weaken you as an individual. And in that weakening of you as an individual, you find yourself being at the whims of other systems. Because you have no rule over your sexual energy, you end up being easily manipulated by the forces around you. You know what I'm saying? And it'll negatively affect your relationships. Okay? And so, semen retention is important to a man's overall understanding of himself and ruling over his darkness. Everywhere we turn, there's sex, and it's done on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's meant to keep us from being rooted in our being. Because when we are aware of just the power of sexual energy and retaining it, it makes you less likely to be controlled by external forces. And so when you come into the awareness as to what is being done to you, you will start to look at every area of life, from your relationships to just the education system, to the media, and how they're dictating us and draining our life force and draining our energy. And our energy is being drained in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Because when we're born, as we get older, we find ourselves we're forced to go to school. We spend all day in school, and then we come back home to have to deal with our parents. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a mother or father or both. You know what I'm saying? You're never given the time to figure out who you are. You're always being dictated and told what to do by different entities in different areas of life. So you go to school throughout the week, then you're forced to go to church. And then you have somebody else telling you how you're supposed to live your life. Well, semen retention is going to force you to go within and figure out who you really are. And then because of that social conditioning, from never having the chance to really know who you are and deal with your own emotional, spiritual body, you find yourself having to face the darkness that has manifested from you never having dealt with yourself. And then you become aware of how imbalanced your life is, you know. So that's just something to think about in terms of the red pill. You know, you'll realize how much time you wasted masturbating and looking at pornography. You know what I'm saying? And stifling how it has stifled your own potential. What you could have been doing